I said I was gonna do the other two quests involving getting Zoe back, um, and medicine. I kind of did those off stream real quick. Um, they weren't anything, you know. I just go talk to Zoe. I already had the thing to convince her, and then I gave the medicine to Esther, the girl who just kind of came out of nowhere. I gave it to her because I didn't really. Abernathy was kind of tweaking. I didn't really like that. But now we're gonna go on the ship and try and get out of this weird ass place.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I was excited to see what other areas we're about to get into. This area's cool, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else for me to do.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Yeah, still. Nice. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight. I don't know how long this stream's gonna be because I have school tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna do another 3 hour stream. So I'll try not to. Can't make any promises, but
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
oh,
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kalkelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Alright. You get that. Get that shroud. On you and your companion, the access to restricted areas provided you have the correct ID cartridges for that area. Restricted areas are off limits. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Bedford. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message. Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with the heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't be showing it around your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Dawn. Dear Sax, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor in the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad. Instead, touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful. I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Dom. I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere message of one's friends. P.S. Please respond. Hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear, dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to the thing we discussed, about the Wells fellow. I'm sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, young man, monkey face. Hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. Oh, that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Observes, Spectrum Vodka. Perhaps we could try even every color, really tie one on. Let me know, your new friend, Udall. Look, there's no calling for shouting. My terminal was busted, had a few too many, and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Oh, the site are no better ADA. Called it a shrink ray, but it wouldn't let me test it. Lost my temper. I heard of it. Damn it. Last time I got sloshed, was imbibing the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udon was really free with the drinks. He seems like a okay fellow. I shamelessly but severally eavesdropped on two Mardits yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he had made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardits said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat sure fits the bill. It could be another one of those weapons that inspired Wells. Why? Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the Deathsoul Labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but Architect be damned is just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that, even if it were, he could entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or think he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to other of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants of the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. That's it. Oh, I leveled up apparently. More dialogue. Pause and sync, tech, leadership, and then range. Perks. Yes.
You might want to consider changing your clothes more often.
Excuse me? It's a dream of an independent life without boy oversight. You tell them never dream. Uh-huh. What? There's no response. Sam. Huh. That's something. I guess this is Parvati's room. Vicar.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain? I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What's up, viewer? How are you doing today?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Family. So this is like making our story, essentially? Because we could like just pick any of these and that's our... Is that like what actually happened? Because we don't really know that.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Because yeah, that's it. Well, we got family in the hope. So if we get that, then that's what'll happen. Or it'll be like, we'll finish the game, free the colonists, and it'll like, all family didn't survive, friends didn't survive.
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What's a philosophy?
Philosophism's a false religion that
Okay.
stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan.
What's the plan?
But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain. As always, something...
Wow, there's a lot of shit. Oh, wow, you can just straight up say that now. Alright, well, that's pretty much just reminding. Scribblings on these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soga. Textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many pages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose. The glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. I'll just remind me. Impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry. Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auntie Cleo's darling. Signed by Seymour Whitlock. The Art and Science of Gospel. Gospel Tree. There's a place for the face to see. Interesting. Yeah, but where's... What game is this? Where's she at, though? Like, pretty positive this would be her room. Yeah, this is definitely her room. Let's ask Ada about, or whatever the fuck, about that Sam guy over there.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I'll ask
I
that later.
request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
You're fucking... What? Why do you look so pissed? Good lord. Alright. We're going to the cleaning machine. Get this shit up and running. Alright, let's see. Sam. Same result. Do not forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance auto-mechanical and emerald veils scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications I can...
Hey, Krispy Kreme.
Hello. Yes, I am the Krispy Kreme. Or should I say, Krispy Kreme. Killing machine. Removal fracture center part suds steeper was successful. Delivery of combat run-up and replacement part acid steeper has been delayed. Oh. Giving up hope on the delivery. Parts lost in transit and it's not turning. Find an acid steeper? The good news. They broke it. Nice to see back in there. Okay, so it's somewhere. We just have to, like, literally find it in the game somewhere. Okay, well that's now what came into a dead end. Let's look for these fucking weapons. Sun Typhon Terra 2, that's where we are now. Okay. Let's go to Phineas's lab.
Please arrive.
Oh. Here you can see all planets in the system as well as some special points of interest. While you should be English. Moving between planets is considered.
Arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Right. So it's the two? I'm just not even gonna bother. There's no one else here.
Hello?
Oh.
Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
I'm sure. What?
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, no. Hello.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know.
Yeah.
Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing.
Cysty bits.
So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of
Toilet paper. I'm gonna have to come in there, my guy. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna...
Aha! I see.
Science weapons. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapons damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased.
You found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Hey, Victor. On my hammer. Actually, fuck the hammer. We're gonna just shrink. Hey, what is this? Bubbles. That is disgusting. Is this... Oh. Mop up melted pig. I'll just hack it. Case undetermined. Original message appended. I worked it out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon. The locations elude me. Dumped a new associate Dirtside Terror 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them only about 23.7% at present. They're recovering a ship. Should be along anytime. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this here to be done. P.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
I didn't do anything. Alright, I'm leaving. There's another ship. No? Okay. So, I need to go to... Okay. That's just got me a quest. Let's get over there.
Welcome back, Captain. How?
You got anything?
What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with station representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Alright.
How can I be? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? A neutron walks into a bar and asks, "How much for a Rizzo's rum and something?" Leering, the bartender replies, "For you, no charge."
That's good. I like that.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
That's good.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Wow.
As you wish, Captain.
Right.
See you soon, Captain.
Alright, let's go to the Groundbreaker. Should we be able to just go anywhere? But, we need to go to Skyla. To Monarch. Oh. Right. The Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Right. Oh.
Can we chat?
Sure.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Ben Tennyson? What? Wait a minute.
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Alright. Fine by me. I'll look for also the acid sweeper, whatever the fuck, for the Sam boy. If, I don't know, maybe that is. Will they both come in? I think so.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that. Where are we headed?
Alright. Oh, that's a lot further away. Where's that at? Oh, okay.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
Hey, no offense, but I don't think this walking Saltunican's gonna appreciate you interrupting.
Keep talking, Millstone. See what happens. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
That's a
You
big
must
ass
really
nose
wanna
you
shove
got
shit
there.
through your teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Millstone.
See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Mar dead. Stevedore. Are you fucking serious?
Mechanical's all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Stevedore. Fucking hell.
Stay in the public areas and we'll get along fine.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. What's on?
Huh. Looks like we're getting in there right now.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
What? Steve.
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bill somehow.
Oh, I guess we'll do that later then. I don't know.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the start. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, god damn it.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Alright. Oh, God, Lee, I just keep coming with questions, don't I?
Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
Okay, let me just pause. Load game. We're gonna see. What time is it? 8 minutes ago. We're gonna see because I just want to see like what would happen if I were like I'm new here. Because that just seems like a shit ton more steps. And maybe what I'm doing right now is a whole bunch of shit more of those steps, but whatever. Huh. I'm that heroic stranger.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I...
Hey.
You must really want to do it.
Whatever. Guy never liked. He's exactly. Look, well. And hey. Cap. Hey, I don't want to. See you around, boss.
Right. Homie Felix. Now we know we can't do anything with this area.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Let me just save.
Right. Identification. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker.
Sure did. And now...
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to according to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time...
Well, isn't this wonderful?
Now, hold on. This isn't... You'll want... His office is located along the starboard wall of the property. Just the opposite.
Surely this must be...
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets, then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get...
If I had to take a guess as to why, you take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you... Wanda Dorset.
Yep. Got it.
Is there anything?
Gladys.
Make sure you bring it in.
Empty belly, yes. Have I job around here?
Too
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
Most of.
One on.
Are you pulling?
Hello.
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from... Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
Most of the systems out there.
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the Board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope.
Ah.
Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the Board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the Board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The Board wouldn't do that. Would they?
I'm sure they would.
The Board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing.
All right.
Be seeing you.
Yep. I'm good to go through. Anything you guys want to say?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. Oh. There you go.
Yes, you caught me rooming. What?
Alright. Turn the boy. We're gonna do that first. Oh, that was at Forbes. I was like, what? Yep. I have a disguise.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
How are you female and you're losing hair? What the fuck?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand? I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved. We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
What the? What? What the fuck? I don't think you were supposed to do that. Alright.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on
okay, that's what they are.
So
where do I go, like? What's in here? So how does this disguise work? Take a look-see, look-see. So, motion, Corona, tuna. So could I give this to him? Will he just like go in or something?
By what are we?
Jag tar på att lägga mig. Så. Pause. Vicar. No. Have a pistol thing? I don't know how the disguise works.
Hi there. Haven't seen... What can Groundbreaker... We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be... maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something. Well, no?
You don't sound awfully sure of that.
We got a lot of rules to follow. Appreciate it. You being so under... I told you we don't... Maybe...
Okay.
All right. Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh...
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's... Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly.
Okay. I don't know how the disguise works. So... That is Udom. Let me talk to Udom. Oh! Holy shit.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
12% more crunch.
Ad drone. Was not expecting this.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent.
Regularly scheduled
mostly.
advertisement for the following
I think
store.
everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
I'd like to remind spacers and other...
Hello, Udom.
Ah, yes.
What a
Wheeler messaged
mustache.
me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Fuck.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Huh.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a
This is the first time I've
sentimental
lied.
man. Tell me, how did he die?
Well, that's the funny part.
Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go...
Of course.
Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? Be my guest.
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands. I have few complaints.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
Oh.
Oh. You've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. Please, go ahead. A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
All right. Order upon shared. Hold on, let me check something.
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there. I'm sorry. See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Oh wait, is that the
Keep hanging. What can I do? He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Alright.
Now, where'd that patient run off to?
Oh. Oh. So I can just like wait a minute.
Can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend
Hey.
your corporate township from the and the unemployed?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Oh, what?
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key, and they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates.
Okay.
If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
Where do I find the weapon things? Oh. Shit. Okay. We're going to do that.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt the regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Slap your whole family tonight.
Your holographic shroud has activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shrouds underneath. When it runs out, personnel will see you and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. Cool.
Keep your sights out.
What the hell is it? The butt cheeks? Oh.
What's that noise? Not so fast!
Oh. Can I just go back in? You're fucking serious?
Yeah, huh?
Sure. I'm going.
No problem. I'll head over.
Are you serious?
What do you think you're doing?
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Save the game. How in the butt cheeks am I supposed to do this? I talked to him.
What can Groundbreaker secure?
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at Have at.
I don't know.
What's that noise? We've got a fight on our hands.
Oh, they're actually... Oh, wow. Why are they... Oh, my lord. That didn't go as planned at all. I don't know.
Carry on. Gotcha.
Wish I could do that.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Sublight, no problem, lost it.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Alright. Well, I figured it out. It's quite interesting. We're gonna wait until we leave here, because I'm gonna make sure I get everything. Do this.
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board
If you got a complaint, file it at security.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction.
Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Oh, the back bay actually in the ship, because I'm trying to like, we seem to get a quest, we go here, and then it's like, we do it, and then it's like, okay, go somewhere else. I'm trying to like make sure I finish everything I can here. Give me 1 second.
I shall await your signal, Captain.
Alright, we back. Alright.
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Isn't that the motherfucker I'm supposed to turn in?
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out,
but only room for one captain.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
Watch out! Oh,
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Look out!
Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell happened? Well, that didn't work out as well as I thought. Alright then. Just gonna look around and see how many.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Hey, Hellhead, put that away.
Horny. They're back. That's cool.
Yeah.
imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
I did that.
I find myself something.
Mm.
People don't like worms.
Sorry about that, guys. The hell? Oh no! Oh, good lord. I don't know why this is happening. I didn't know why that happened. Maybe you search anything up there. Garden. I settled on the Groundbreaker. I thought this would be my gateway to the stars, the beginning of my epic tale as a spacer. Niagara streams for a bunch of outlaws. Not even for selling. They just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew had been tripping for weeks. Smells it could be worse. Heard a sublight contractor who got dissolved in chemicals and flushed down a waste treatment for stealing from Lilia. Now Mac Red, he's always happy to see me, calls me his fungus lad. Mac just sent a man on fire for having his laces undone. Shit. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. I'll find something that calms him down. Time to experiment.
you in the name of the law.
Okay. What the fuck? Golly, went straight Terminator mode on their ass. That was fucking dope. Why is it sounding like steam?
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures. Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. We'll cut them off.
Alright. I think once I turn these two things in, the radiators and stuff, I'm gonna call the stream.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Well, don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Alright. Not yet. We're going to turn in bounty.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided... Nothing excessive, mind you. I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardet's backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. With that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much else in the offing. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Nice. Okay, I guess we'll do these real quick. Dialogue still. Get that up to 40. quick. What we got? Nice. I guess next time, fix radiators. Try and maybe do that. Basically, just try and do anything, because I just gotta get through school. I'll do my homework and shit, whatever, you know, get that shit done. I'll be back on playing this, so see you guys later.